Hi, boys and girls. I have 2 more reading lessons to record, and then we are going to be done until we go to Tuscany Hills. And I counted after today, 10 more days, and we'll be back in the classroom. So we're going to do a few more pages in our Nat Geo workbook. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do some pages today and tomorrow, and then I need the workbooks back. I need them back really bad, because otherwise when you come back to school, I won't have it. I don't have extra workbooks. That's why I need them back. Now, the kids who are not coming back to Tuscany and they're staying online with Mrs. Curtis, I think everybody's with Mrs. Curtis, I'm not positive, you guys can keep your workbooks, okay? Keep your workbooks. And I have to warn you that she is a little further ahead. I think she might be on Z right now. We might be a week behind her, but it's not that big of a deal, okay? So if you keep your own workbook, you can just do all those extra pages on your own, okay? All right, so what I want to do first is introduce our 2 new sight words for this week, okay? We've got 2 this week, okay? I think I know why too. I'll tell you why. Because this one is a little tricky. We can sort of sound it out, okay? You see F-R-O, it almost looks like 4, right? But 4 is F-O-R. F-R-O-M, okay? You can go f-er, fur. Now this though, O is tricky. It's not gonna say ah. It's not from, it's from. So this tricky vowel, U, O, sounds like a U. And vowels can be super tricky. That's why some words you have to memorize. So we have to put it in our brains. We can spell from, F-R-O-M. We're gonna work on that on Zoom, okay? From. I got a letter from my grandma. I got a $5 bill from the Tooth Fairy. Somebody told me they got $10 the other day. Wow. Okay, from. So we're gonna work on that. And then N-O is no. So this should be an easy one because we've already used the word yes and no quite a few times, okay? So some of you said, no, I do not like green eggs and ham. So it's not on, it's not O-N, it's N-O spells no. Sometimes when kids can't get that, I say spell it. And then when they say N-O, then they know what it is. N-O says no. Y-E-S spells yes. So our 2 sight words again, from and no. Okay, so I kind of want to go a little faster. So guys, can I do this? I'm going to tear this out, and I'm just going to say you can do this however you want. You can cut them out and practice and make me a little video, and so I can hear you practicing. You can use highlighters. You can use bingo daubers, however you want to practice, but I want you to practice, okay? I'm really noticing a huge difference between the kids who practice their sight words, and they already know they're red, orange, yellow, and they're going to know they're green pretty soon, and some kids who don't even know they're red, okay? It's the kids who practice, and you know who you are, so I don't have to say any names, right? Okay, so this you can do however you want, and then we're going to make our little book. But before we do, I'm going to go over these words. I'm not using the pocket chart. I'm trying to save a little time today because my last, the 3rd video is a little bit long, so I want to get this as short as possible. We're working on Y this week, okay? And we're going to do all the important pages with Y, and then when we come back to the classroom, we'll finish up. All right, so this was a yam. We talked about yams today. A yam is a sweet potato, right? But like a sweet, they're a little bit different, but tastes like a sweet potato. There we go. Okay, here's a yo-yo. Where's that word? Yo-yo. This one was a yellow, the color yellow, Y-E-L-L-O-W spells yellow. I like this one. He's yawning. He's so tired. Yawn. This is yarn. Yarn. I said they should have had yellow yarn, huh? Here is a yoke. There's an A, and the middle part is the yoke. And this one is a really nice fancy boat. I wish I had a boat like that. It's called a yacht. A yacht. Okay, so now we're going to make our little book. And I'm going to tear it out and grab my scissors. I forgot to get my glue stick out, but it shouldn't be too hard to find. Okay, and you guys know what to do. We only have a few letters left, so we've already made 20 books, I think. 20 phonics books. I can't remember exactly how many more letters we have. I know we still have Q, and I know we still have Z. Oh, X and Z. I think we have 3 more. Q, X, and Z. I'm going to trim this up. And then I don't need any staples or anything. I just fold it in half this way, and I fold it in half the other way, and I make my cute little book, my book of Y. Now, let's take a peek at these, right? Here's the first one, yo-yo. We know that's gonna go in our book, right? This is a bell. Bell doesn't start with a Y. Okay, this was a little mouse. And I don't know if it's a mouse or a rat, but neither one of them start with Y. So these two are not gonna go in our book. Ah, yarn. Yarn. This is pointing to the yolk. That's gonna go in our book. Now this is kind of a tricky one, but we had it the other day. It's a yard. See the house with the tree and the grass and the fence around it? Yard. Okay, this is, oh, it's a needle. Yeah, needle. First I thought maybe that was yarn, but no, we already have yarn. So nope, that's a needle and this is a kite. Okay, so we're only gonna put the ones that start with Y. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that down the middle. And to save time, I'll kind of make myself two piles. This one is yarn. That's gonna go in my book. Mouse is not gonna go in there. Here, gotta turn that a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. That's okay. Even if you can't see me, you can hear me, right? Okay, bell. And we want yo-yo, that goes in that pile. Kite starts with a K. Needle starts with an N. We've got yard, yoke. Give me a second to find my glue stick here. Excuse me. Saying excuse me to the camera. Here, I got my big giant one. Okay. And you guys decide what you want to put on the front. These are all pretty easy words to spell. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter. I think I'll put the yard. I'll put the yard on the front. Okay, glue that down. We'll go back and trace that in a minute. And then I'm gonna put the ball of yarn. I'm gonna color it yellow. Yellow starts with Y and so does yarn. And then I'll put my yo-yo here. Yo is kind of a fun word to write. And yolk. That's my egg, yolk. Okay, now I'll color that later just to save time, but I do want to write the words with you. Now remember on the front, whatever word you choose to put on the front, you don't have to write the word. I don't want you to have to squash it in there, but you do need to trace over the big Y and the little y. We practiced Y's on Zoom yesterday, but we sort of ran out of time. We're practicing again today. Yarn, I will show you, and I'll actually hold up the card too for you. See if I can find it. Here it is. Here, maybe I can hold that up while I'm doing this. See how good I am. Y-A-R-N. There we go. And I just wrote that, yarn. The next one is yo-yo. We have that one on a card too, don't we? Okay, look at how fun that is to write. Yo, and then a little, almost like a minus sign. That's called a hyphen. Yo-yo. So here, I'll hold that up and I'll write it. I'm holding it up with my left hand and I'm writing with my right hand. It's a little tricky because I like to usually hold my paper down. Okay, but this way you can try to get that in your brain before you write it. Yo, with just a little minus sign, a hyphen in between. And the last one is yoke. We even have that on the card, don't we? Let's see, where's my yoke? Yeah, here it is, yoke, okay? And I'll do the same thing. I'll hold that up while I write it. Y. Oh, you know what? I need to hold it down. I'm kind of messing up here. Y-O-L-K. Now, be careful with your Y's. You want to use lowercase. So start in the middle, slant down, back up. Now a long, straight, slanted line all the way down. Okay? Now I'll color that and we're done. Okay, good job. Now don't forget, boys and girls, you can write this on your March reading log. I am going to ask for those back when you come back to school. Okay, you don't have to give me the March reading logs on Friday because I want you to fill it up and we still have, you still have the whole last week of March. But when we come back to school, you can bring me your March reading log and I'll remind you, don't worry. Okay, but this, I don't need this back. Put it in your book box and read it. Save it and read it. All right, bye-bye.